What up? Welcome back to Don't Do That, episode of Wicked Wednesday. I'm going to be talking about, know your worth. Stop trying to make other people happy. Because at the end of the day, you just end up getting drained. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So, let's go ahead and get this shindig started, y'all. So we can give you some more. Go ahead and introduce y'all once again to my co-host, 16 the Icon. Let's get him up here. And go ahead and get the business going. Oh, no. Shame on thee.
I know, right?
Shame on thee.
Man, the perils of doing more than one job.
Yes, but this is technically
Okay.
the third one for me. So, do what you gotta do.
All right. Welcome back. This is another episode of Don't Do That. And this is Wicked Wednesday. And a lot of people, and rightfully so, were on the Facebook page saying Monday is the only day that we don't announce that it's Mad as Hell Monday, because we did 2 weeks in a row, this week and last week. We forgot to say it's Mad as Hell Monday, y'all, and welcome back. So,
Oh, shit.
oof, sorry about that.
Wow. All
Man,
right.
sorry
Let's be
about
in
that.
the right direction,
It's
please.
a lot of different stuff.
It's all
No
good,
excuses, but you are completely correct. We forgot
Please, let us
to
know.
say Mad as Hell Monday on Monday.
Yes.
And now, so we want to make sure we say welcome back to another episode of Don't Do That
With
for Wicked Wednesday.
Yes.
So are you going first or am I going first?
Go ahead. You go first. You go first. Go ahead.
Okay, my
'Cause I was
first
there with you.
my first topic is a short one. It's not really, it's kind of a rant, which is kind of sort of how we do it. We got one rant and one that you're just really, really passionate about. And this one is the rant. Now, the rant is, let me take a breath because this is a serious one. Stop driving like a dumbass. Stop driving like a dumbass. You are gonna ruin someone's whole life possibly, or at the very least ruin their fucking weekend, ruin their fucking pockets, because they're gonna have to pay for the repairs after someone like you driving like an asshole rams into their fucking vehicle. And I don't know about you, but a lot of us ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, bro.
None.
Or sis, please get out your fucking phone. Get out your phone. Pay attention to what you doing before you hurt somebody, and you ruining your pockets, ruining somebody else's pockets.
Yeah.
For what? Because you was
rush.
in your phone. Because you was in a rush.
Slow you down.
Don't do
Slow
that.
roll.
Don't do that.
Slow it down. I thought.
Man, we was out earlier and motherfucker just, we was already waiting for the first two cars. And then there was another car somehow that was, it was as it was passing, this person wasn't paying attention to that person. Like, there might be another car on the other side of that person. They just pulled right after the other person and could have smacked our car.
Coleman? Not Coleman.
No, what's that?
It's right there by
Coolidge.
It's okay, Coolidge.
We were on Coolidge.
Coolidge
We were in
right
East
there.
Lansing, right over there by
Myers and
Myers,
right in between
Kroger. Yeah.
Myers and Kroger. So
Oh.
we're going towards Lake Lansing Road.
You don't value your life.
Somebody
You
else.
don't value your vehicle. You don't value your fucking time.
And you know what's sad?
I mean, the accident didn't happen, but I'm saying, pay attention to what the fuck you are doing on that road. That go for everybody, man. You gonna ruin your whole fucking weekend, ruin your pockets, everything, because you wasn't paying attention or you was in a rush to get somewhere so bad. And then didn't get nowhere at all because you got in a fucking accident. Don't do that.
Don't do it. It's not worth your time. It's really not. So, you know. So, but all right. Well, my passionate thing, you know, because this is something that I see happening to a lot of people. You know, I mean, I may not know you, but I see you, or anything like that. You know, you can just kind of tell and look at somebody whenever they're always giving in to other people, just giving to other people, and genuinely forgetting about themselves and trying to be the superhero in everybody's lives, and you can't do that. That's why at the same time, I decided, as I was thinking about it, I decided to wear my little Batman shirt. Yeah,
okay.
Yes, I do. I have the cape as well. See, guys, yeah.
So, they want to be saved!
But I can't save you, or they can't save you, and people need to stop doing that for others, especially if they're not out here trying to save you, or when they do save you, there's always a hidden agenda somehow to be able to just throw back at you, well, I helped you, I did this for you. You know, that's slightly on the narcissistic kind of thing whenever you're constantly making sure what you do for somebody is always known. You know, trying to throw, well, look at everything that I've done for you, or anything like that, especially whenever things may get heated and you finally just say, hey, I'm not able to, I can't do something, and, you know, they end up throwing into your face where, you know, what they have done for you. So you can be, you know, you just can't do it for everybody. So you're kind of like, not so much like a vengeful thing,
but like you do favors for people, when you do things out of the kindness of your heart, and then those same people somehow expect that type of behavior every single time, as if you don't have your own struggles and your own shit going on and popping. Like, I don't get that.
So, I mean, in a good way, you could sit here and say, if you want to be your best, let go of your need to make others happy. You cannot continue to try and pour into somebody else's life to try to make them, uplift them. You know, especially whenever they're constantly, you know, whenever you try to bring up solutions or something, they're constantly bringing that down, or so you just can't find a way to entirely make them happy, or entirely even make up for whatever it is that they may do for you. You know, they just constantly want to drag you down. You stop pouring into other people when you don't even pour into your own self. How can you do it for anybody else?
Right, you can't give nobody else no energy if you're not recharging your own battery, and you don't have any energy to give.
It's draining. It's draining. It's, you know, again, like this, sorry to say this, but being a good person doesn't get you loved, it gets you used.
In most cases, if you're around the wrong type of people, yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
if you're around the wrong type of people, then for sure.
They're gonna constantly try to bring you down with them into the, you know, whether, you know, bring you below them.
Right.
To, you know, to keep themselves above float.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. You know,
don't do that.
Then you're helping them swim while you sink.
Right.
And to be able to get yourself back up there again is so much harder to do, instead of just reminding yourself that you need to love yourself and learn to give to yourself. You give all to yourself. If you can
only
yourself,
right. Don't go out of your. Don't try not to go so far out of your way to where you don't have enough for yourself.
It gets you hurt.
You can't.
It's never validated.
If you don't have the energy for yourself, you can't.
Especially when it's not being validated. You know, even if, you know, whenever there comes validation, there also comes behind it, well, still I did this for you. That's not any kind of validation. That's gaslighting. Okay? You know,
of course they're going to, with the intention of holding it over someone else's head.
Especially making sure that they want to make sure they hold it over your head, that they did that.
It's foul.
Just make sure that you love yourself and remind yourself, because
don't bend over backwards for people that wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying, give you a second thought if the situation was reversed. Don't bend over backwards and go out of your way and hurt yourself for someone that
doesn't care enough
They
to be able to do
don't
the same for
deserve
you.
it. They don't deserve it.
Yeah.
They don't. Now, and I know a lot of people will cancel me for this, and it's a lot of stuff that, oh man, it's really deep, but there is a divide on a lot of stuff, and people are starting to speak on it, and it's a real touchy subject because you can't really even speak on a lot of stuff now without cancel culture coming in and taking your opinion and using it as a weapon and twisting it against you. Now, I am firm in my belief and knowledge that I am old school as far as back in the day when I was coming up. It wasn't nowhere near like it is now. We doubted ourselves on whether or not we should get our ears pierced and all of that. We're now, fast forward to now, there's piercings in every orifice that you could think of. That's what these cats is out here doing. You know, so
I mean,
the thing that, you know,
don't see.
and like, I'm gonna take you back where in television, couples weren't even sleeping in the bed together. You know, back in the 70s, 80s, you know, they weren't even sleeping in the bed together. They didn't show those type of scenes. You had to go to Skinamax. And
so you
know, you had to go to, you know, those type of channels in order to see the actual, you know, physical touching of, you know, like you had all kinds of shows that alluded to it, but it was not happening. The Brady Bunch, all of those different shows, I Love Lucy, they didn't show any of that until there was a whole revolution and something happened and boom, that was happening. Just like we had another revolution and everywhere you turn. And there was this reverend that was on Instagram, and he spoke on Tyler Perry. And he spoke on how this brother was the first brother that came in and made it funny and made it acceptable for a man to be talking about, this is a quote unquote, you know, this is what he's around, his church. His whole basis of everything with the Medea character is around these church-going folks that do weird things behind the back of the church, which is true in the church people. This is true in most churches. There's some weird stuff going on, some crazy stuff. People are people. Understand it. But he made a good point as he said, as good of a writer and as great of a talent as you are, why did you have to be the one to dress up as the lady? You couldn't find no fat sisters in the church. I call bullshit. You could have wrote for an actress that could have did the Medea role, but you wanted to dress up in drag. And he said something, I'm paraphrasing, but the minister was, he was talking in front of his congregation and he spoke on that. And it is a trip. And I think there is a social divide and a don't do that where it comes from people that are my age that are more or less like, man, that shit ain't funny. And we don't really get down with Tyler Perry like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really watch Tyler Perry. I think Medea, when I watch Medea, a lot of the stuff that Tyler Perry lets come out his mouth as Medea, I agree with as a parent as far as kids shutting the fuck up and being kids and don't disrespect grown folk and all of that. But I just don't fuck with Tyler Perry on that dressing in drag shit. I just don't. I don't care who wants to cancel me on it. That's my particular opinion on that shit. I'm just letting you know that it just feels like from the time that I've been coming up till now, it's like it's hip to be confused. It's kids out here that ain't even 15, 16 years old. They don't even know what the hell they want to do. But they are seeing all of this going on all of this. They seeing everywhere you turn. They seeing it everywhere. You got Empire. You got Black Mafia Family. You got every show that you can think of. There is that representation, and it's being forced down your throat. And if you say anything to the contrary of it, then you get called homophobic, and they want to cancel you and everything else. And I'm saying this: if you want people to respect your ideals and your opinions and whatnot, then you can't cancel someone because they not necessarily are saying one hard line or the other. They're just saying, this is how I feel. I feel like it's being pushed down the kids' throats. I feel like a lot of kids might not necessarily understand or know what they want to do, but they are being, the propaganda that is on television and different stuff that is being forced down their throat might make them feel, Which is why a lot of parents back in our day was, what the hell you doing? That no earring. What the hell, that boy, what the hell you doing in pink? Here we go, R. Kelly and Cameron in pink though. Which is why it worked, because everybody like, man, ain't supposed to wear pink, but he wearing pink. That shit cool. Because it was a taboo thing. Why was it a taboo thing though? You feel me? So that's just my...
Everybody also knows the industry, even the industry period, whether it's television, movies, music, period, anything that is based towards society. And again, if you even go back to sociological terms or whatever, when you look into that, it's called, to change a community, to change anything, period. You change what they listen to. You change things, what they see on a daily basis. Now, mind you, we now also have the internet. Now, basically, what I am getting out of it too is people need to, if you want what you think and how you feel to be understood, recognized, be like, okay, yes, I respect how you feel, but I feel like this. Bam, and then move about your day. That doesn't mean that somebody wants to harm you. It doesn't mean that they wish something happens to you, because at the end of the day, that's who you want to be. Because let the choice become to the person. But at the same time, again,
know this.
You just gotta.
I am self-aware enough and intelligent enough to understand that the conversation then is, if you're a black man in America and you understand the whole plight of inclusion and being persecuted and being made to feel lesser than, then why would it bother you that our campaign for inclusion, is so widespread or so, thorough? And it's not that. It's just that it is, it's so everywhere though to me. Like, it's like deeper than Tyler Perry. It's, the whole conversation, and I know that at least one role has gone to like multiple major comedians. You had Martin Lawrence do Big Mama's House. You had Robin Williams do Mrs. Doubtfire. You had Flip Wilson back in the day do Geraldine. This is a thing. You know what I'm saying? The Wayans, Jamie Foxx with Wanda. This is a thing. This is a thing. And it's just me personally. It's my personal opinion. It's what the show is for, your opinions, which is why we still say anything you want to say down in the comments. The comments are open. You comment, we'll comment back. Let's have a conversation. Let's have an argument. That's what the comments are for. But
At the end of the day,
I won't
everybody's
negate your opinion, but just listen and do not negate mine. I mean, that's all I say. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't try to argue with somebody's opinion about something, especially when you want your opinion to be also heard and respected as well. Because until there's violence put upon you, there's no reason to be upset. I mean, let me take that back. You're allowed to be upset because that is a human emotion. Yeah. But at the same time, you are also not allowed to continue to stay. Don't be a slave to your feelings. Get the fuck over it, because at the end of the day, is it messing with your money? Is it messing with your family?
Yeah. So, like the driving
then
thing.
There you go. It is what it is. It's not like we can't. If people want to live equally, then act like it.
Yeah, because no one wants to feel as though they're lesser than. No one wants to feel as though they're being singled out. And I mean, I get it. But I mean, that's just two things that ran across a human being's mind, an individual person's mind, that I really feel like we're being flooded with certain stuff that might help with what's going on in here in America, as far as with kids, with how they're so confused in certain situations where they shouldn't even be allowed to make decisions that they're making this early. And then as far as people on the road, with what I said on my end of driving like an asshole, just stop.
Don't do that, y'all.
Don't do that. Just
don't do it.
Drive better, drive safer, take care of yourself and each other.
Yes, okay.
I'm saying, since I'm the Black Montel, no, what was that?
Dr.
Black
Phil.
Montel. Oh, Black Dr. Phil. That's right. Okay. Yeah,
babe,
Black Dr. Phil.
Babe, why are you giving him any more energy?
That was funny. That was funny.
It was.
I wish I had a mustache like Dr. Phil.
That would be
I wish I had a mustache like Dr. Phil.
Okay.
Just have a Tom Selleck for your ass. But yeah, like.
Because I would talk about you all the time with your mustache. No,
like, comment,
subscribe,
and subscribe. And thank you for watching. This has been another episode of Wicked Wednesday.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. Have a great day, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.